Hey everybody, my name is Chris and I'm a tutor here at Chegg.com. I mostly do math and a little bit of computer science. So here, in this video, we're going to derive the quadratic formula. So remember, the quadratic formula says if we have a quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, then we know that x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. So you might have already seen at least one derivation of this that involves completing the square. And I want to run through something a little bit different. So it's another way of deriving the quadratic formula that doesn't really involve completing the square. In a sense, it sort of does, but it's kind of swept under the rug, hidden behind the scenes, so we don't really have to worry about that. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started. So let's first multiply both sides of this equation here. We're going to multiply both sides by 4a. So then we're going to end up with 4a squared, because we already have an a there, 4a squared x squared plus 4abx plus 4ac equals 0, because on the right hand side 4a times 0 is still just 0. Now let's subtract the 4ac from both sides, so we end up with 4a squared x squared plus 4abx, and then actually I want to leave myself a little bit of room right here, so leave myself a little bit of room, and then leave myself a little bit of room over here too, and then let's say minus 4ac. Now, why'd I leave myself some room? Because I just wanted to save some time and space, because now the next step is going to be to add b squared to both sides. Okay, so now we add b squared to both sides. All right, now the next step, and here's where things get a little bit tricky. So on the right-hand side, we're still just going to have b squared minus 4ac. Nothing weird going on there yet. But on the left-hand side, this goofy-looking expression can actually be factored into 2ax plus b quantity squared. All right, now if you're not comfortable with that, let me come off to the side and show you why that's true. Actually, let's go to a new page and look at that. So we have 4a squared x squared plus, make sure I get that right, 4abx plus b squared equals 2ax plus b whole thing squared. Now to show you that these two sides are equal, I'm actually going to expand the right-hand side, and we'll see that it equals the left-hand side. So if we expand the right-hand side, remember we actually have to FOIL that, right? 2ax plus b quantity squared means do this. 2ax plus b times 2ax plus b. Now let's go ahead and FOIL. So remember FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. So first is going to give us 2ax times 2ax. So we're going to have 2ax times 2ax, and then outer is 2ax and b. So we have plus 2ax times b, and then inner is b times 2ax, and then last is b times b. So we have plus b times b. Now let's go ahead and simplify that, and we're going to get 2ax times 2ax is 4 from the 2 times 2, and then a times a is a squared, x times x is x squared. And then here we have 2abx plus another 2abx, and then plus b times b is just b squared. And then when we simplify this finally, we see that we actually get 4a squared x squared plus these two guys combined together to give us 4abx, and then plus b squared. That's a plus sign. So everything checks out, and we do in fact see that 4a squared x squared plus 4abx plus b squared can be factored as 2ax plus b quantity squared. All right, now let's come down here. So we're kind of a tight fit up here. So 2ax plus b quantity squared equals b squared minus 4ac. And actually I want to leave myself, actually no, not yet, sorry. All right, let's go ahead and take the square root of both sides. So we're going to take the square root of the left-hand side and the square root of the right-hand side. So what happens on the left-hand side? On the left-hand side, the squared is going to go away, and we're just going to be left with 2ax plus b. And then on the right-hand side, we have to be very careful here. On the right-hand side, we're actually going to have plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. All right, now why do we have plus or minus? Because here we have something squared, and we took the square root of it. Okay, so we have to be very careful because it's a rule in general that if you take the square root of something squared in an equation like this, then on the other side of the equal sign, you're going to have a plus and minus. That's just a general rule. Like, for example, if you have y squared equals 4, if you take the square root of both sides, then that means y equals 2 plus or minus 2, okay, right? Plus or minus 2. So we got to make sure that we account for the negative root also. Okay, so continuing, we're actually almost there. The worst of it's really over. So let's come up here now. Maybe change colors. And then we have, I'll just rewrite it, 2ax plus b equals plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. So anything looking a little bit familiar yet, see that b squared minus 4ac inside of the square root with a plus or minus. Anyway, now let's subtract b from both sides because we want to solve for x, so we have to get the x all by itself. So we get 2ax equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And then finally we divide both sides by 2a. Make sure we divide everything over here by 2a. And then this cancels. That's great, because now we're just left with x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, all divided by 2a. And that's exactly what we were expecting to get, because that is the quadratic formula there. Okay, so this has been an alternate derivation of the quadratic formula that doesn't really explicitly use completing the square. That's actually kind of what happened over here when we added the b squared to both sides, but we just kind of did it in a different way and didn't really even talk about it in terms of completing the square. But anyway, it's an alternate derivation of the quadratic formula. I hope you found this helpful, and thank you for watching.